Good morning. We're going to give it just a few more minutes to get some people in. I just went and sent a reminder to everybody that we're live. So, good morning, Sarah. Good morning, Joan. If you guys are Ko-fi supporters, hi, Jamie. Excuse me, guys. If you're Ko-fi supporters or Patreon supporters, you have access to the SVG at craftingwithapril.co. It's on the SVG tab. So, hi, Fritzy. Good morning, good morning. Yay! We have sound. Everything looks good so far. Hopefully it stays that way. This is a really quick project. We're going to be talking more in design space than anything today. Oh, and I'll be right back, guys. I forgot to grab something. I have to close my husband and the dogs out of the room, and a couple of things I forgot to grab. So is everybody excited with the new tools coming out? I am. I'm excited about them. I'm more excited about them than I was the infusible ink. Hey, Tony. Hi, Annie. Well, let's go ahead and let me play the intro, guys, and we'll go ahead and get started. Okay, this is the file. Good morning, Gerald. Oh, Tony, the general. Yay, I'm glad you made it. This is today's file, and it is an SVG form because I was having a really difficult time trying to create the shape and get it right in design space. So I used my old pattern that I had and traced it in Escal so to make an SVG of it so that I could share it with you guys. And there are several on the net, so if you're public, you can search it out. I think it's called a 10-sided, it's 10-sided something. 10-sided Karigami or something box. It's in the Karigami family type thing. This box goes together. It's super friendly for your kids, especially here at summertime. It's a very fast project, very quick, and you can make it various sizes. So you can even make it smaller than what I made it. I believe I cut mine at, I don't know if I cut them at this size or not. I forgot what size, but I'll measure it and we'll see how long that I made these. They may come into the file at one size and we may cut them at a different size. So you can do these at any size you want. You don't have to worry about them getting hurt with your sharp tools, messing up any of your tools, getting glue everywhere, unless you they want to glitter them and things like that. Hi, Debbie. Hi, Jennifer. So, super simple, super easy project. And this is just a precursor to the 12 Days of Christmas in July that I do every year. And I wanted to toss in a couple of kids' projects. So I was just going to start with one of the kids' projects today and just create another file to replace that with. because of the new tools coming out. So today and Monday, I'm going to do the 2 kids projects that I had set up so that you guys can have something to do with your kids. And then I am going to bump everything up out of the on the roster and throw in some of files that I'm working on for the new tools. So, and they'll be later in the 12 days of Christmas. So if you're a supporter on Patreon, monthly supporter, or if you're a one-time supporter on Ko-fi, or a one-time supporter on, or a monthly supporter on Ko-fi, you will have access to all the 12 days of Christmas in July files. So, that being said, this project goes together really quick. I'm going to swap over to the other camera though real quick and show you some of the things that you might want to get for the new tools, and then we'll play around with the updates in Design Space. And I have Louise helped me out this week, and we have a little surprise using Cricut a lot, which you can use Inkscape. The steps may be different, but you're going to be able to incorporate those with your new tools, and I think you'll be excited. So let's swap over real quick, and let me transition. Get my coffee cup out of the way. I don't need to see my coffee. This is today's project, and you can see that I made it smaller. This was my mock-up, so I could remember to do it, how to do it. And it's awfully big. Like I said, you could do different sizes, but I like this size, and I cut them to, okay, what I have on my screen is correct. It's 6.728. So if you want to mark that down, if you haven't loaded your file, the one I'm putting together, this size, is in height. These are 6.728. Okay? And they're all the same size. So you're just going to import it, and you're going to make 5 of each color. And that's it. That's all you're going to do. And we'll put that together in just a minute. I'm just going to slide those off to the side. What are these? These are some aluminum ID tags that I got off of Amazon. And with the new engraving tool coming out, these should work fine. I am going to be testing them, so if you want to wait to order yours and ask me later, or either I will post it and let you know, guys know, show you photos of how they came out. Personally, I haven't gotten it yet, so I don't know, but I think it's going to show up better on color metal than it does on regular metal. That's just me, just my opinion. I don't know because I don't have the tool yet. I didn't get it yet, so. I also got some acrylic blanks. These come in various sizes, and they have like a 1-inch size, a 1.5. I believe there's even a 1 1/4. This one was I got the paperwork in there, 2.5, I believe, yep, 2.5-inch acrylic disc. So I got those. Let me get them apart so you can see. They've really wrapped them well, and they were inexpensive. But I got a ton of them. I got a whole bag of them. I don't even know where the bag is. Hard to get into, though. They got them wrapped up nice and tight. Let's see if I can get one out of there. Wow. May need my... They've got like little protective coatings on them, I guess, so you don't scratch them. But those are pretty thick, but it's not thicker than the chipboard, so it should clear. It should work. And I know that they are going to be given acrylic too. And then I got the little dog tags as well. I think these were like $5, and you get a whole bunch of them. And they're all the colored metals. Well, there are some silvers in there too. So I'm going to be using those once I get my tools and letting you guys know what worked, what didn't work, and posting photos. Whether it's a success or a fail, I will post the photos so that you know what can happen. Hopefully everything goes well. Good morning, Sue. Yeah, I'm really excited to see the new tools too, Sue. I don't have them yet. I'm not a product expert. I am just a Cricut affiliate, so I don't get the things in advance always. Occasionally they might send me something, but they haven't sent me anything in a really long time. So I don't have the tools yet. This is what I'm going to do. I am going to order them off HSN if I can get them. I'm also going to order them off of Cricut, because every time that I do that, I always get canceled at HSN, and I always get it from Cricut first, even if I order them on the same day. I've had things that I've ordered the same time and still got the Cricut one first because I got canceled. And so I'm going to order both of them, and what I'm going to do when the second set comes, no matter where it comes from, I'm going to do a giveaway, and I'm going to give them away. So that's what I'm going to do. So somebody's going to, and they're just going to be the tips, so you're going to have the housing. So if you don't have the scoring wheel housing, you'll need to order it. So because I'm ordering 2 sets of tips, and whoever they come from, I'm going to have a set to show you guys, and then I'm going to give the second set away. That way I can just get them as quickly as possible for you guys. Yeah, I really want the perforating tool as well, Louise. So we're going to come back to this little project because you guys are going to love this. They can put it together, like I said, no glue, no mess, no fuss. And then they can put little candies in here. They can put a little tag on there, close it back up, and they can hang them on the tree with tags with people's names on them. Great for teachers, students, family gatherings, lots of stuff you can do with these guys. That you could put messages in here. They can put their 12 days of Christmas messages. Lots of things you can do with this. And kids love them. They're so fast and easy. They can put them together and take them apart. So, like I said, no glue, anything. So they're going to love that. And it's going to help you preoccupy them while you're working on crafts they can't help you with. So, it has multi-purposes. All right, let's go over to Design Space. All right, so let me just do a new project because you guys can't get this because it's uploaded. It's an SVG, like I said, craftingwithapril.co for all your patrons and Ko-fi supporters. It's there. Just download the SVG and upload it to Design Space. There's 2 of them in there. One is, I think, white, one is black. You're just going to make them whatever color you want, white and green. You can do them in yellow. I mean, whatever you want to do, whatever colors you want. And then you just need 5 of each color. So let's go to a new project. And we all got the updates, and you had to go in and you had to choose which machine you wanted. And you can swap back and forth, okay? So because I have an Explore machine too, so if I want to use my Explore machine, I'm going to go and select my Explore machine, okay? And that's going to, let's put in a shape. And guys, just so you know, I have not played with the new update. I've been too busy to get in here, so we're exploring it together. We're going to see what it does. So I've gone over to my Explore machine, and then when I come over here to line fill, you notice nothing has changed. So if you have an Explore machine, nothing has changed for you. And if you want to cut on your Explore, you can. If you want to cut on 2 different machines, you can. You just need to open up a new window. And so you can do that. Let's come over here. Y'all can see all of my mess there. You can open up another window, and then this one, you can select your maker and go to a new project. And then when you come in here, you've got your maker series, and you can put in your shape. And then when you go to your line type, you have all your new tools, your engrave, your deboss, your wave, and your perforation tool. So those of you who were alarmed that it was a problem since the update and things like that, there really has been no change for the Explorers. Nothing has changed. And if you have a maker and you don't want the tools, then you just don't have to select those line types. So it's going to be super easy. If you want to deboss, you're going to come in here and you're going to tell that square that it's going to deboss. You're going to need to put it on something. You can see the grid back there. So if the grid is back there, what does that tell you? That it's not attached to anything. There's nothing there. And if you have been following along with print and cut and things like that, yeah, you always keep clicking the maker when you meant to say. It just takes some getting used to, guys. It's just a new button. That's the way you have to look at it. It's just a new button, a new tool. I mean, remember when we had the old weld, and it's not up there anymore. It's down here, and I still find myself going, oops, it's down here. And I use Design Space every day. So it's just a little bit of getting used to, and you'll be fine. But for deboss, again, you're going to need your shape. You're going to need something back there because it needs something to deboss to. And I could be wrong, but I'm saying this is the way that this works. So I'm going to put my square back there. I'm going to arrange, and I'm going to move this to the back. And then my square, what if I want two squares that deboss? Okay, duplicate it, and I can angle these. Whatever I want to do. If I want that to deboss and give me a place to put a stamped image here or something like that, I could do that. But I'm going to select those and then attach it. So now when we go over to make it, it's going to tell me that I need my fine tip blade, my debossing tool, and then it's going to cut. So what we're going to do is it's going to ask for that tool, which I don't have, which I apologize, guys. Nothing I can do about it. It's 100% out of my hands. All I can do is cover the software. It's going to tell you to connect your machine, of course, as it always does, and select your material, which on this is probably going to be cardstock or I'm thinking that there might be a really soft metal like the copper sheets and things like that. They make them that are really soft that you can emboss on, like the embossabilities from Cuttlebug. I don't know if any of you guys remember those, the little metal tags that we could put in our embossing folders and run through the embosser. But as long as it's soft, you'll have that. So it's going to tell you to put your tip on there and load it, and then it's going to cut it after it debosses. But if you don't have it attached to anything, it's probably just going to go up into that top corner and do nothing. So by looking at it the way that it looks on the mat to me without actually having the tool, I see the grid back there, and that tells me if I see the grid, I have it attached to nothing, so it's just going to go up into the top corner. So you want to make sure, just like with flatten, you don't see that grid behind there, or you're not going to be embossing on anything. Does that make sense? And if anybody has seen anybody else use them that does have them and I'm wrong, please just let me know. Please correct me, because again, I don't have them. So that's what deboss is going to do, and deboss is going to, I have a bunch of the embossable shapes too, Jamie. I love them. They're great for embellishing on projects. But that is basically what your emboss tool is going to do, and what it's going to do is it's going to depress down that cardstock. Your thicker cardstocks, just from the scoring wheels, because I don't know, some of you guys were with me in February where I did the box on the foil craft board, and I put in an image from Design Space. I just got some, I'm just going to grab something, guys. Something like this. I put in a shape and I attached it to my box that I made, the little heart box that we did, and I changed my cut to score and used my scoring wheels, and it traced the image onto the box. And if you haven't seen that, it's in the playlist on the Chat Around the Map. I believe we did it on Chat Around the Map. basically your debosser, that's what it did, is it debossed it. And that's basically what this debossing tool is going to do. It's just going to do it more precisely. So I hope that makes sense. It's going to be a lot easier than the changing it to the scoring, I believe. You know, so going to be a wonderful tool. I can see a lot of different things coming to light, and a lot of projects, a lot more paper projects and things that we've never thought of before. I think it's going to open up the doors for a lot of people learning to make cards. So that's one tool. Our next tool, we'll just start with a different shape. And I haven't forgotten, I'm going to show you guys a little trick in Escal, which you can do in Inkscape, and you may be able to do in some other programs as well. Good morning, Sheila. Good morning, Kathy, Bonnie, anybody I missed. The next tool is your, well, we're just going to go over Engrave. Engrave is basically your same thing. Again, you see your grid when you change it to Engrave back here. So you can incorporate different shapes and have them do different things on your project. Like this can engrave a circle, and this could perforate. You could do different things. You can use all the tools. But again, if you see that grid back there, you're going to have to attach it to something so that it knows what you've got. So if I'm putting that dog tag in there, I'm probably going to need that dog tag shape for engraving. So let's go in and let's just set one up. Hey, Bori. No, Tony's wife, Bori. Hey, Bori. I'm live. You're live, honey. If you can hear me, it's all live. Ask your questions. If you have a question, please put it in caps like Debbie did and just ask. We're here to help. So let's see if I can pull up a dog tag. Probably do better if I just put tag in. Doesn't matter. We'll just do another shape. We know I have the acrylics. I'm just going to insert that dog. How about that? And I have that round. It's 2.5 inches round. My acrylic shape is. So what if I put that back to cut and I make it 2.5? And now I change this dog to engrave. Well, there we go. And let's make that so we can see it. I'm just going to place him and put him on there. He doesn't quite, I don't like that edge to edge. I'm going to make him a little bit smaller. So I would select all of that and attach, and then we would send it over, and it's going to engrave onto the tag. And I'm pretty sure, just out of other things that we have done, you're going to need a purple mat for these guys for engraving. I'm pretty sure you're going to need a purple mat. You may even want to tape down your acrylic without getting into the area where it's going to be engraving so that it doesn't shift around on your mat, just like chipboard, things like that. Again, I haven't been able to practice with it, and so this is just a guess, but I'm pretty sure you're going to have to secure that piece down that you're going to be engraving on. There you go, Sue. So that's basically what your engraver is going to do, is what they say. Double stick tape. I knew there had to be something, Jamie. Thank you. So Jamie's saying double stick tape on the back and your purple mat to secure your acrylic and your metal pieces for engraving. Thank you, Jamie. So that is basically how you're going to set up your engraving projects, guys. Super simple, super easy. It's just a matter of selecting the line type. You don't want it to cut the dog. You don't want it to draw the dog. You want it to engrave the dog. So you're just going to go from there. Why is my cancel not working? Am I hitting the wrong button? There we go. Does everybody see that? Am I losing my mind? Cancel? There. Third time's charm. Okay. So, yeah, the acrylic, it's so thick like the chipboard. That's what I was guessing, Jamie, is because of the thickness of it. No, Vicki, it needs to be on, if you'll look up here on your line type, if you're on your maker, you have to be on your maker to see these line types over here on the top right, where my mouse is going over. Then you're going to come over and you're going to select engrave, because cut is just that. It cuts. Yay, we have a new subscriber. Thank you, Nancy. The cut is going to cut. Self-explanatory there. Then your draw means it's going to need a pen. Your score needs a scoring tool. Your engrave is going to engrave. Your deboss is going to depress your cardstock or your soft metals, whatever it is you're using. Your wave tool is going to, let's just put in a circle and show you guys. Your wave tool, if I put it on the wave, it doesn't really change anything here. It looks the same, but if I hit make it and come over here, it still looks like a circle. But the way that that tool is shaped, yes, Vicki, they're brand new. They're coming on to HSN on the 16th, hopefully in the same day or the next couple of days to Cricut. You can use your discounts and stuff like that from Access. So if you want to wait until they come to Cricut and use your Access discounts and hopefully the group discounts, then you will. So I do not have an affiliate link for HSN, guys, so I can't help you with that. But it still looks like a circle. And the reason being is it doesn't matter what shape you guys use. That tool is going to cut that as a scalloped wavy edge, and it's going to be a true edge. And let me show you what I mean by that. And I wanted to show you guys while I was over here. I'll show you. So let me get rid of the engraving. Let's go in and get, oh, there's a scallop project right there. What happens if I need to kind of skew that down a little bit? Look what happens to that wave. It's really big over here, and look how small it is. It's not true. Okay? So if I were to put in a square and it be scalloped and need it to be rectangular, it's going to mess up the scallops. The wavy tool is going to keep that scallop in true form. It's going to be the same size all the way around no matter what shape you pick. So if you want a wavy edged gingerbread man, guess what? Oh, yes. So you'll want to, it's not going to change anything here, but when you hit make it, it still stays the same. You see, nothing changes. And that's because you're still telling it to cut a circle, but you're going to put in your wavy tool. It's going to ask for the wavy tool. When I hit continue, and let's just say I'm doing cardstock. Right here, it's asking for that wavy edge tool. And I don't know if you guys noticed it or not. They moved edit tools. When you used to change your score wheel or your rotary blade out, it used to be over here. It is now right here where people can actually see it. They brought it in over here. It's just grayed out because I can't change that tool. This one, not going to let me change the tool either. Maybe if I select. Well, that could be an issue. Not really sure about that now. Let's see. See if we get an option. Yep, there it is. It's going to allow us to change. If you don't want to cut with a fine tip, you can go to rotary. Some of it is not going to allow you to change anymore. So it's going to depend on your material. I did change it. Jamie, did it not change for you? Right, it won't let you because you told. That's what I was trying to show them. It's not going. If you select the wave tool, it's not going to allow you. This one is just on cut. Let's see what it tells us just on cut. Yeah, it's fine tip blade. It doesn't even allow me to select it for knife tool. It's going to depend now on what you select. See, it wouldn't let me go for deep point on cut while I was on foil acetate. It grays it out. Used to, you could edit your tool and open it up, but now it's grayed out. Used to it was green and you could click edit tools. I might be wrong, but it would show you the tools you would allowed to edit to, and if it wasn't there, you just couldn't edit it. Now it's not letting you click on it if there's no other tool available. I hope I said that right. Used to, you could select it and what was there was there. It was the same things there now, but you could see that there was no other tool available for that material. Now it's grayed out if there's nothing else available. So that's the wavy tool. But any shape, guys, any shape, you can cut with the wavy tool. Or image. Yes. And that's weird. Cancel the cut and then cancel the mat too. Okay. So if I wanted to go in here and get a gingerbread man, and I wanted to cut that with the wavy tool, I could cut that with the wavy tool just by coming up to line type and telling it to go wavy. And you can see that it's applied it over here in the layers panel. Right, that, and I want to try it on some like really thin strips and stuff like that for card making. I think that's going to be really cute, you know, to do some ribbons, or what I call ribbons, paper ribbons, for cards. I think that's going to be great. And so the next tool is the perforation tool, and this is where it gets really good, guys. So some of you guys may have been with me when we did the rip away part to expose the gift card on a card, which I did in Design Space. It took a lot of doing and finagling to get all the little bitty teeny tiny cut lines in line and all of that to make that card. Now we have a tool that can do it. So this perforation tool is going to allow you to come in and let's just go ahead and change this to perforation, and you can see the dotted rounded line, and it's going to cut a perforated line so that you can peel that away and expose a stamped image or anything like that on your card. So what you're going to do, we're just going to pretend that we have a, let me change this to 10 inches and this to 7 inches. And get my score line. We'll just go ahead and set one up, and you guys can have, I'll save it if you guys want it. It's not going to be perfect and all of that. Get a score line, and we're going to make it 7 inches. I'm going to change the card to a color you guys can see, and we're going to select the score line and the shape. We're going to align center, and attach. And then when we build our cards, we put in our panels. So I'm going to make my panel, I'm going to make it 4.75 by 6.75. I'm going to lock it back. I'm going to change that color. Let's just go with the white so you guys can see. And now I have my panel. So I may want to stamp an image there, and this is how I would do that, guys. And it's totally up to you how you do this, but I would change this to score, one of them to score, and bring it to the front where I want my stamped image, okay? And then I would align it and center it horizontally, okay? And attach it. Then I would have another panel, and I'm just going to detach that and get rid of the score line. And I'm going to make this panel just a little bit smaller. So you may want that one a different color back there, or this one a different color, doesn't really matter. And here's my second panel, and I am going to, actually, I did that backwards. Let me detach. There we go. Here's my score. This is where I wish they would let us do colors on our lines. Maybe one day. That way you could tell your, without looking. I mean, I know this one is bigger, but some people would get confused. But I wish we could have one color for a perforated line and one color for a score line and one color for a cut line instead of all of them being black. Would be so nice. Cricut, if you're listening. I've been asking for that for years, and they were like, oh, why do you want to do that? Valley fold, mountain fold. It really helps when you're designing. So we're going to bring that to the front. And bring that to the front. And let's select our two panels, and we're going to align them center with wherever you're going to put everything. Let's just put it all center. Let's just say everything here. Align center. So I'm going to get my perforated line and my top panel, and I'm going to attach. And I'm not moving anything. Yes, I did. There we go. It attached. Without moving anything, I'm going to select those two and attach. So now when I put them on my card, I've got a score line here to tell me where my stamped image needs to be. And I'm going to bring this to the front. And now when I line those up and place them on, when they rip this part off, it's going to show the stamped image behind it. Yeah, you're going to really need to pay attention to your layers panel. As I've always said, this is the brain of Design Space. This is everything your Cricut is going to do. All of this up here is obsolete. That helps you design, but this right here is your final summary that's going to tell your machine what it's going to do. That's why when you guys have a problem, we say give us a screenshot with your layers panel at a glance. We can look at that and we can say, oh, there's your problem. It's not attached, or you've got more than one layer selected. More than two layers selected for slice. It really helps if you study your layers panel and get to know it. So pay attention. It's going to be great. So some of you, or I anyway, I'm like, but what if I don't want it to rip the whole thing off? What if I just want to do half a butterfly wing? I don't want to perforate the whole image. What if I just want to do a butterfly wing where it rips up and the rest stays? How am I going to do that? Because when I change the image, whatever I get, or even a heart, whenever I get my image and I change it to the perforation tool, it changes the entire image. So I want half a circle or half a heart to be perforated and the other half to be cut. How can I do that? Louise helped me out. I knew there was a way to do it, and I was playing around, and I was like, it has to be easier than what I'm doing. And Louise said, oh, yeah, this is great. So she told me the steps. We're going to take a little stroll over to Sure Cuts a Lot. And I will be putting out a file for my supporters, and I will also put out a basics file for public. So all you guys have to do is request it. I don't have it yet. It's going to take me some time. The tools aren't out yet, so as soon as the tools start coming out for everybody, I will get those out, I promise. But let's just go over here and play. So I'm going to pull up my library, and it's going to open on the other page, of course. And I am going to select this heart. And I'm going to get rid of that, get it out of the way. And I'm going to size it. I'm holding my shift key and stretching it so it stays proportioned. And I hope I'm remembering this. If I get off track, Louise help me, because I just played for a few seconds. I've been really, really busy. Here we have a tool. And I forgot what it was called already. Louise knows. I'm trying to think. It usually pops up, but it's not popping up. There it goes. Shape tool. Ta-da! It's your shape tool. And you can come in here and select the nodes. You hold your shift key, I think. And then you... Oh, shoot. Louise, I forgot already. She's going to have to help me out again. Like I said, I only played with it for a minute. Select the two and enter. Was that it? Enter. Select. Where did Louise go? I need her. How did I do that? It was, maybe that was it. That's what it did. No, that wasn't what I did. Let me try this again. Maybe it's my shape. Let me go back to a circle. Delete. Because like I said, I am still learning to use Sure Cuts a Lot. Path. Thank you. So my shape wasn't it. Let's undo all my mess ups. Let's just do a new one. Let me get my library, get my shape, get rid of that, stretch it, go to the shape tool, click hold the shift key and click the ones I want to get rid of. Did it highlight? And then go to path and split path. That's it. I remember. And path is under. Oh, it's over here. Yep, you can't see my header bar because it's on my other screen. But at the top, it has it says File, Object, Path, Layer, and I'm going to split path. I don't know why it's on the other screen and not this one. It's probably in here somewhere too. But now it's going to split that path, and I can make that one cut and that one perforate because it erased it going all the way around and disconnected it. So you go to path, which is up here. This is the toolbar where this says, let me see if I can screenshot that for you guys. And pull it up. You see right here it says path, and then when you select the path, it says split path, and that's what I clicked on. So I went to path and then split path. So now I have, I'm just going to pull this over to the side. No, I'm not. I've got to get rid of it because I'm going to save it as an SVG and bring it in for you guys so that you can see how easy it really is. I just made it complicated because I got stuck and forgot. So after I've done my object, my shape, whatever shape you want to do, guys, you can come in here and then you're going to go to File, which is on the top of that same bar, and you're going to Export. Well, it's giving me a problem today. File, Export, there we go. And then you're going to name it. All I did was click Export on that toolbar. And I'm going to say Split Heart. And you guys can have this one. I'm going to save this so that you have the split heart. And you can, as soon as you get your tool, you can play with this. I'm going to save it to my desktop as an SVG. I'm going to save it. Say OK. Then we're going to go back to Design Space. And we're going to upload, upload, upload image. And then I'm just going to drag and drop it from where I saved it. Hopefully this is working. And you can see that it says split heart. And I'm just going to put a heart in here and save. We're going to insert it. And here we go. So now all I have to do is ungroup that. And if you're sizing, you want to leave it grouped now. And we can change one to perforation, and the other one is still set to cut. So now we can, instead of having one that perforates all the way around, we have the two sides. I'm just going to select both of them and group it back to size it so they stay proportioned. And now I'm going to ungroup it. Make sure that they line up top. Align to the top. And you don't want to attach, you just want to group, I believe. Maybe attach. Yes, attach. Attach did not change it. So now when that cuts, it's going to perforate half, cut half. I don't have it attached to anything, so it's just going to look weird over here. But there you go. Yeah, I'm going to show that, Gerald. If I were to take my shape, like my circle, and say we just slice it in half, and slice, yes, I have half a circle, and I have the other half of the circle. But when I change it to perforation, it's going to perforate right down that side, and it's still going to rip the whole piece out. So if you don't want it to rip the whole piece out, actually this part right here you don't need. This part you would probably draw, because if you cut it, you've got the same thing. So I was wrong there. I'm just not thinking. Let me detach it. You can make this draw to finish your heart out. So let's go back to cut or score or deboss. So there's plenty of things you can do with this half. So I would probably draw that half and perforate that half. Or maybe draw the whole thing and perforate half of it. Does that make sense? Maybe duplicate. Let me detach or ungroup. There we go. Duplicate this one and change, line them up and change it to draw as well. So now the heart draws, but half of it's perforated. Does that make sense? Yeah, I had it on cut. I meant draw, score, or deboss, but I had it on cut. So this needs to be draw or deboss something. You can deboss the whole thing. Just make sure that both halves, I'm going to select it, align them to the top. Make sure both of them are either set to draw or deboss, whatever. Then do your perforated half over the half you want to be perforated to lift up. That was my bad, Sue. I didn't mean to confuse you guys. And I would have caught it before I went to do mine when I looked at my layers panel. Before I sent it over to my mats, I would have been, it's going to cut the other half. But that's the problem we have with shapes, just cutting them in half. We don't have a way to split the path in Design Space. And you have to have a way to split it up to make the two halves. So if you guys, I'm just going to take this out. All of this. I'll leave that in case you guys want it. And here's your heart pieces. I'm going to save. It's perforated half heart. And let's get a design number and I will give this to you guys. Here we go. Yeah, deboss would be really neat. And deboss the whole thing and then do half of it perforated, or either do just deboss half. I mean, there's so many things that you can do with that. So if you guys want to be able to do half your shapes instead of the whole shape being perforated, you're going to have either Sure Cuts a Lot or Inkscape. Inkscape is free, inkscape.org, and it's for Windows or Macs. You just have to click download and then it'll ask you which download you need. Like I said, Jamie and all of us were talking. I was like, well, what if you only want to do half? How are we going to do that? And I was like, there has to be a way. And so Louise and I started bumping heads and tossing ideas and split path. So it's going to open up a lot of design elements for us, guys. A lot. And I'm going to be putting some of these into some of the 12 Days of Christmas and several projects. So if you don't understand Inkscape and you don't understand Escal, give me a little bit of time and I will have us plenty of shapes that we can work with that will just do half. So we'll have circles and squares and rectangles and hearts and butterflies and whatever I can come up with, and anybody else wants to come up with and toss out there, we can you can give them to me and I will put them on the public SVG file tab, or if you want it to remain exclusive, we can put it on the supporters tab. It'll be totally up to whoever donates the SVG files. So, but I will be happy to share them so that people can, yeah, it works the same way in Inkscape. Cool. So there's no extra steps. I don't have Inkscape on my computer on my Macs. I have it on my Windows computer, but not on my Mac. So again, just in case you guys want to know the steps, you go put in your shape, you select your shape tool, you hold your shift and select the nodes that you want to get rid of, where you want it to split. And I selected the two in the middle, the top and the bottom of the heart. And then I went to path, split path. And then you export, save as an SVG. Oh, that's right. I gave that to you guys and you can't upload. I will put that SVG on the public SVG tab. See, I'm not awake yet. I've only had half a cup of coffee. Jamie just reminded me y'all won't be able to open that because it's uploaded. And I know that. So, thank you, Jamie. But I will put the perforated heart SVG up on the public SVG tab. So all you have to do is go to Crafting with April, and you can get that perforated heart on the public files. You will have to sign up, but that's it. Just sign up and you can get it. You'll get access to it. So let's go over and put together our project. If anybody has questions, please ask, because we can probably answer it between all of us, even though the tools are new and we don't have them yet. We've done enough research that we can probably answer for you. Ah, thank you, Debbie. So, here's our little file. And guys, I just love this. It's so cute. I can't wait to see some of you make them in green and yellows and different. You know how they do the Christmas candies in the different colors? This would be so cute. So you've got 10 of these, 5 of each color. And guys, super, super, super simple. Okay? You're going to take and hold them all at the same shape. And you're just going to bend over slightly one and bend up on the other. You don't even need a score tool. Okay? There's no need to score it. You don't want a heavy score. Just kind of slightly bend it. Then you're going to take your next ones. You're going to do the same thing. Fold it over, one back and one up. That's it. That's all you're going to do. So you got a shape. They're all folded the same way. Now we're going to take them and you're going to get one of each. And then you're just going to kind of connect it. And it's easier, guys, if you just kind of lay it down. And you have to remember, red is on the top and then the white is on the bottom. So the next one needs to be red. Don't worry about getting them in the right place yet. You're going to come behind it. That's all I'm doing. Going to the back like a fish hook. Just going to hook it right there. And then I'm going to rotate all the way around. You want to stay in order. You want to make sure that it goes to the back. And you're going to go under. I'm going to go under this little piece here. It's just automatically going to follow it. Okay? So I'm going to go under that first one. This is your first one. And you're going to keep going under that first one. Rotating the colors. That's it. And it's best to keep them a little bit separated so you know which order you're going in. You don't want to go out of order. We're going to put the white one in there. And we're just going to bring it right around. And we're going to do a red one. Kind of almost looks like an octopus. We're just going to put that one in. We're just going to keep them rotated. You might have to flip it over and finagle it, but just bring it around. And I think I just lost my place, but I'll get it back. Here's my first one. Okay. I'm just kind of twisting them. This is my first one. This is the last one. It's up under there. So I've got to do another red one. Just going to kind of twist it. It'll start twisting for you. And then we're going to put a white one in there. You're just kind of hooking them and twisting them. And now we're going to just kind of even them out just a little bit. They don't have to be perfect. When you flip it over, it's going to look just like that. Then you're going to flip it back the other way. Just keeping them all in line. There you go. Just make sure that nothing is doubled up. They need to be, each of the one be their own. And now you're going to do the same thing, except this time you're taking this one and you're going to hook it behind that one. And the first one is the most difficult one, guys. Actually, I think I folded those the wrong way. There we go. Oops, came out. Can't wiggle them that much. Let's start over. It's the first time I had that happen. So it's just 1, 2, 3. And if you have really young kids, you can number the back of these, guys. You just want to make sure you go behind that first one each time. Which is right here. And then we're just going to spread them out the right way. Get over there. I think I got them right now. There we go. And then you're just going to hook behind. And you're going to keep coming behind these. Why does that keep coming out? I haven't got it locked or something. I didn't have this problem the first time. I promise you I didn't. The first 2 times. It's been a while. Okay. We're locked. Always live, right? It goes perfect until you're live. Just get them hooked in good. If they're not hooked in good, I think that's what it is. I'm not hooking it good. Maybe if I lay it down, I can get it hooked a little bit better. There we go. That's what it was. I wasn't getting that one all the way in there. And you can tug on it from the opposite side and it should pull it in. Ah, I missed one. I'm going to get it, guys. I promise I am. I should have probably had 2 cups of coffee. There we go. We're getting there. A kid could have probably put this together 4 times by the time I've done it. Well, I know they can. I've seen them. Get in there. There we go. And you can feel it start tightening up. And you know you got it. And the last one. There we go. So make sure that it's there. All the legs are like they're supposed to be. Flip it over, and then you're just going to, I'm just going to hold it so it doesn't do that. And then you're just going to go under and hook all the way around. I'm just going to bring them under. They have to go underneath and up in. And you want to push that over to the side if that does that. Make sure that you get your other one up under it. You can twist these around to get to it. Twist them as you go. Get in there. And then the last one, we'll lock it together. There you go. I made that much more complicated than it is. So it really is super simple, guys. Super easy. I did this one on one try yesterday. Yeah, it only happens when people are watching it, right? Yeah, they're really easy to do. Like I said, all you got to do is hook and just make sure that they're hooked and they're tight, and then just hold it. I don't know why this one wanted to give me problems, other than it's because you guys were watching. You were saying bad words for me, Bonnie. Now, they're really easy. The kids, they're easier for the kids to do than the adults. For real. Seriously. Because our brains think about it too much. It's just that our brains go in a different direction with it. And they're like, oh, that's simple. But then you're just going to open it up, place your little candies or your goodies or your messages in, and let it go. And they can take them apart, put them back together. Not going to hurt anything. No glue, no fuss, no muss. Now you can put a little tag there, hang a little tag on it. I would punch maybe just a tiny hole and run my little thread through it. I wouldn't use a heavy ribbon, but maybe a, gold thread or something. But they are super cute. Peppermint twist. Does anybody have any other questions? And again, I will put that split path perforated heart. I will go ahead and put that one up. I'll be working on some more shapes. Maybe Louise can help me if she has time make some shapes. And we can toss them into one single SVG for you guys. That way you have all of them in one upload. We can put them all on one page. That way you just have one upload. You don't have to upload them individually, and then you'll have them all in one file. So anybody have any other design space questions? Have you had any problems with your projects this week? Anything that we need to address or help you with? And if you get your tools on HSN, good luck. And I just bear with us until I get mine. We can answer your questions, but I can't show you projects and do projects and files for you because I'm not going to put files out that I haven't tested. And but I will be getting you some files where you can use those tools. So just bear with me until I can get my hands on mine. But I hope you guys get them really quick. All right, you guys have a wonderful day. Have the wonderful rest of the weekend. I will see you on Monday. And Monday we're going to do our other kids project. And we're going to do the paper angel ornaments. I don't know if you guys can see that. This is just an embellishment that I had. You can use just about any embellishments that you want. I will get those files put up for you monthly supporters. I cannot put it up for one-time Ko-fi supporters until the day we do it, because if I put it up now and they don't support until that day, they can't get it. So it has to wait until the day of. How do you get your coupons off of Access? Debbie, if you are an Access subscriber, you automatically get 10% off of every purchase you make at Cricut. You just have to be an Access subscriber. It's all automated. You don't have to do anything except be a current subscriber. And you can get access right there. Have a good day, Sue. Now the group code, it should work on anything that... It doesn't work on machines, guys, like the Bright Pad, the Easy Press, your machines, and Access. Nothing works on Access. You can't even use Access on Access. So... but Access does give you free shipping, and over a certain amount, I believe, premium, you get free shipping. And you do get 10% off of everything at Cricut site-wide. So you just have to subscribe to it. And the group code, if anybody is shopping and they need the group code, it's CRAFT10. But it has to be over $50 for it to work. Okay, guys, I will see you on Monday, and we're going to do that angel. Monday is going to be the 15th. And I just want to say, guys, if you are Eastern time, you can see right here, it's going to be around midnight that those tools come out. If you are Pacific time, it's going to be the 15th, Monday night, okay? Because technically on the East Coast we call that Monday night, but it's actually early Tuesday morning. So make sure that you guys on the West Coast know that, okay? But we will be doing the paper angel, and you can change out the face or stamp the face or anything, but I thought this was cute just like it was. Super simple for the kids to do. And we're going to put that together Monday and talk about any design space questions or project issues anybody's having. And go over the new tools again if anybody needs that. And hopefully I'll have the SVG with some split paths on there for you guys. All right, I'll see you guys on Monday. You have a wonderful time. See you then.